Have you ever heard of the Equip Expo? It is the largest trade show in the lawn care and landscaping space by a long shot. It is a humongous show every October in Louisville, Kentucky. And today I want to share my experiences. I have attended this show every year. They've had it since 2017, and I've learned a lot along the way of being an Equip Expo attendee. Now, it used to be called the GIE Plus Expo, and the show's been around for, I believe, over 40 years. But in about 2013 and 14, a little story time here. There's a fellow on YouTube named Greg Chisholm, and his channel was back in the day. It was called Geek to Freak Lawn Care, Geek to Freak Lawn Care and Fitness, or something like that. And he pioneered sharing his lawn care journey on YouTube. He was kind of the first to do it. He would do these little voiceovers of him out working, mowing these yards for 25, 30 bucks in Illinois, and just absolute legend in the lawn care industry. And so he had built up his YouTube channel to 36,000 subscribers, which back then was humongous. He was by far the biggest lawn care influencer that I was aware of, and just he was pioneering the way for folks like Stan Genetic and Keith Kalfas and all these other YouTubers that would, come in after. Anyway, that's a whole nother story for another day. I want to stay focused on the Equip Expo. So how this all ties in together, Greg went to an event in Columbus, Ohio called the I don't know what it was called, but it was for these fitness guys, Arnold Schwarzenegger guys, and bodybuilding type deal in Columbus, Ohio. And why Greg was there, he noticed that these fitness fellas and ladies were doing these little meetups. Like, they were online, they were friends, but then they were meeting each other for the first time in person, or maybe the second or third time, and they were doing these little meetups around the Columbus area. And so he's like, that's fascinating. So he's like, let's try it for the lawn care, because he had 36,000 YouTube subscribers, and people like myself would comment in his YouTube videos. And so he said, hey, if you want to meet me in person, I'll be at the GIE Plus Expo, which again, now it's called the Equip Expo. He said, just meet me up in the back by the parking lot, and we'll be kind of by the roller coaster area there in the back of the parking lot outside the Kentucky Exposition Center. And folks showed up. Keith Kalfas, I believe, was there. Blake Albertson, B&B Lawn Care, Stan Genetic. And then they met up later that night at Pleasure Ridge Pizza, and they had a little pizza party get together. I think Tony Rudolph was there, Naylor Taliaferro, a bunch of guys. So anyway, I didn't attend that year. I think this was 2015, back at the ranch, right? I had a commitment for work, so I wasn't able to go. And long story short, I watched on YouTube. I was like, man, these guys are having so much fun. I want to go next year. Well, 2016 rolls around, and they all went. They had a great time. They met at Pleasure Ridge again. They met in the parking lot. They hung out at the GIE Plus Expo, and it looked like an amazing time. I watched content from B&B Lawn Care and Keith Kalfas and Stan Genetic and Greg Chisholm and Tony Rudolph and Naylor Taliaferro. And, I was watching all these videos like, oh, man, I wish I was there. I wish I was there. But again, I had an issue with my work. I'm not going to get all the details, but I had a commitment to work that weekend. It was like the biggest weekend of the year where I had to be at this remote for this radio broadcast. So finally, I worked up the courage, and I told my boss like a year in advance at the radio station. I said, listen, next year, this week, I'm going to be in Louisville for an event. I'm not going to be able to be at this event in Atlanta. And because I told him early and often, and I kept reminding him, I had his blessing to go, and I saved up my money, and I had a Ford F-150 back in the day. In 2017, I drove it up to Louisville, Kentucky. And I went to my very first ever Equip Expo, which again, it was called the GIE Plus Expo back then. I made about every mistake in the book. I stayed at the Red Roof Inn, which I don't recommend. Thankfully, my buddy John Pajak stayed in the room next to me, so he kind of kept me safe over there. I wouldn't stay at that Red Roof Inn by the airport. And I came in late on Wednesday afternoon. Now I go on like Sunday. Like, I'm there the whole entire week, Sunday through Friday. But I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I didn't know. And I came in late on Wednesday, which is a humongous mistake. I should have came in earlier in the week. And but anyway, I got to meet Naylor Taliaferro and Caleb Allman and John Pajak and so many others, Blake Albertson, at the 2017 show. And it was awesome, getting to meet these guys. I don't know if I met Brian Fullerton in 2017 or 2018, but Naylor had taken the Pleasure Ridge Pizza meetup, and he took it, and called it the rally, and folks gathered. It was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time, and I was hooked. So that was 2017. So I came again 2018, 2019, 2020. The show was postponed, and then I was back in 2021, 2022, 2023, and now we're looking ahead at the 2024 show that I want to preview. So the dates for this year's show if you're listening, if you're watching on YouTube in real time, hopefully before the 2024 show, it's October 15th through 18th. And this is very time sensitive and this is evergreen content. But the show is October 15th through 18th, 2024, Louisville, Kentucky. There's 1,000 exhibitors there. So John Deere's there, Kubota, Exmark, Toro, Greenworks, Press Commercial, Cenex Tools, you name them, Bobcat. I'm not going to name all 1,000 companies that are there, but they're all there. The 1,000 top companies in the lawn care and landscaping space, whether it's a software company like Jobber, they're there, or a electric company like Crest Commercial, who I've already mentioned, they're there, or your main players, your John Deere's, your Toros, your Kubotas, they're all there. Echo Power Equipment, Steel, Husqvarna. People argue, what's better? Is it Red Max or is it Echo or is it Steel? Well, they have all their equipment there, not all of it, but Ferris Mowers is there, and they have outdoor spaces. I believe it's like 30 acres. And then they have indoor spaces. So you can actually go and try the equipment for yourself, find out what you like best, meet the people that work there. A lot of these companies bring a whole bunch of their employees. You get to talk to them, whether it's the president, the CEO, or the product developer who created the product. You want to gripe and complain to me, go talk to them. Let them know what you like, what you dislike, what they could do better. And a lot of these companies are humble. They'll listen. And it's an incredible time. But that's not why I go for the equipment. It's cool. I go for the networking. And so I network. There is, believe it or not, back there behind me, if you're watching on YouTube, I have 4 best-selling books, but I obviously have editors who help clean up the hillbilly grammar that I have growing up in Canton, Ohio. But anyway, I digress. I go there to network in the apartment. Your net worth is your network. And whether it's the brands there or the leaders in our industry, the Jonathan Potoshniks, the lawn care millionaires, the Stan Genetics, the Brian Fullertons, all these guys are there that are leaders in our industry. And you get to connect with them. You get to talk to them. One of my best friends is Naylor Taliaferro, the lawn care rookie. And I get to go and I get to talk to him. And Tony Rudolph from Lake Oconee. I might only get to see him once or twice a year, but it's at these events. John Pajak, I only get to see him a couple times a year. It's at these events. And so I'm not going to name all my friends, Jason Creole, and I can name 15, 20 guys and gals who I have established these relationships with. My boy Colton from Ferris Lawnmowers. And it's a great time to get to see these folks in person and network. And so anyway, I want to pull this up real quick. And again, I know this is evergreen content, so things change, but they have tiered pricing for this year's show. So a ticket for the 2024 Equip Expo is $120. However, the earlier you register, the more you save. So if you register between April 1st and May 31st, ticket prices are only $25. But at any point from now until the week before the show, if you use coupon code PAUL, P-A-U-L, coupon code PAUL, you'll get a 50% off the already discounted price. So the biggest way you can save is actually register before May 31st, 2024. The spring savings sale is $25, but you use coupon code Paul, you'll get an extra 50% off of that. So you can technically register for only $12.50 for a very limited time before May 31st. Then from there, the price will jump to $30 for the early bird pricing. And again, coupon code Paul will work for that too and knock you down to $15. And then from there, the price will bump up to $60 that last month. Coupon code Paul will still work, get you 50% off of that down to $30. But then after that, the week of the show, everything gets shut down. You got to register in person and it's $120. And that's the very first mistake I made when I went to the Equip Expo. I paid full price, which back then full price wasn't $120. It was less than that. But I waited in this long butt line and I paid full price because I didn't even know you could register ahead of time. And I didn't even know there was no coupon code Paul back then. But I didn't even know that you could save. And now you can. Coupon code Paul, baby. That'll save you 50% off your ticket. So real quick, here's a few mistakes I made at the Equip Expo. Number one, I went too late. Literally, I arrived on Wednesday of the show in the afternoon. That's way too late. This year, I'm going in on Sunday. Naylor Taliaferro is doing the LCR Summit in Louisville. It's separate from the Equip Expo, but it's in Louisville. And he's got some firepower speakers like lawn care millionaire Jonathan Potoshnik, Marvin Salcedo. It's going to be amazing. So anyway, that's going to be in Louisville on Monday and Tuesday. Then Wednesday in the West Wing, that opens early in the convention hall, the Kentucky Exposition Center. We're going to be doing Pod Row there. There's going to be a whole bunch of podcasters podcasting there. Then the trade room show floor, the main floor, opens at noon on Wednesday. So we'll be there, just walking around, hanging out. And then on Thursday in the morning, I'll be actually doing the Green Industry podcast from the main ballroom. I believe it's room B103. I'm going to be interviewing Tony Rudolph, and Caleb Allman's going to be interviewing Mark Bradley. Naylor's going to be interviewing Secret. I know who it is, but he'll be announcing that soon. And we're going to be doing that podcast. If you have a Equip Expo ticket, you get to go to the podcast recordings for free. I mean, technically it's in your ticket, but it's included in the trade show. You don't have to pay extra or anything for that. It's all included. And again, register today for only $12.50 with coupon code Paul if you're listening before May 31st. I know a lot of you will probably watch this on YouTube after that, but just always use that coupon code Paul and you'll get 50% off of whatever the price is. And then anyway, Thursday, the game plan is to just walk around the trade room show floor or outdoors. And then Thursday night, Naylor's going to be having a big party, completely free at the Kentucky. It's called the Yum Center. It's where the big Louisville Cardinal basketball arena is. There's like a special room, executive room that overlooks the river and the city that's on the top floor. And that's called the Rally at the KFC Yum Center. That's Thursday night. And then the trade shows open again on Friday in the morning. I think it wraps up about 1 or 2 in the afternoon. So I usually mingle a little bit on Friday and then head back home. So anyway, this year I'm getting in on Sunday. The plan is to get into Louisville on Sunday, go to Naylor's LCR Summit on Monday, Tuesday, be there at the West Wing early on Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Only the West Wing is open early on Wednesday. The place is huge. Again, there's 1,000 exhibitors there. There's over 25,000 people. It's huge. But you can get started on Wednesday, 9 a.m., have a full day Wednesday, full day Thursday, half day Friday. And that is the goal of the trade show. So again, there's a cool feature of equipment there, the latest and greatest from my favorite brands, the top brands, the emerging brands in the industry. So much battery powered equipment will be there, robotics, your traditional gas guzzling machines that we all love, or most of us love. And then there's the networking piece. I'm telling you, it's worth it. I had key connections made in 2017, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23. I met key people, key friendships, key relationships. Yeah, there's a few bad apples there. You get 25,000 people there. There's some people that are selfish and bad apples. And if you have a little bit of discernment, you'll pick up on that and you just avoid those people, or just, keep them at bay. But for the most part, 9 out of 10 people I meet are wonderful people, like Andy Mulder, like Tony Rudolph, like Jason Creole, just quality people who are out there serving people, whether they're doing landscape enhancement jobs or they're doing lawn maintenance jobs or they're doing fertilization and weed control. We even have guys there that do pool installations and other various things. But my main friendships are with guys who do lawn maintenance and fertilization and weed control, and some of the guys in the hardscape worlds. Mike Pletz, I got to meet him from the How to Hardscape podcast for the first time last year. And of course, Andy Mulders, I just respect him so much. He's there every year. Josh Sutton, so many of these hardscape guys. So it's a wonderful time. I would highly recommend attending the Equip Expo. The 2024 edition, again, is October 15th through 18th. Register today with coupon code Paul, PAUL, when you register for the Equip Expo. And if you're watching on YouTube, the link is in the show notes here, or description. If you're listening on Apple or Spotify, the link is in the show notes, and you click on that. And I think it actually automatically has coupon code Paul embedded into that link for you, so you don't even have to remember it. But if for whatever reason you got to fill in the blank where it says coupon code, just type in PAUL, Paul, and you'll see your registration price drop by 50% immediately. In regards to lodging, there's a cluster of hotels right outside the Kentucky Exposition Center. I would book your hotel immediately. Most of those hotels don't even charge your card. You just book it and they hold your card. I don't want to get into all the details of the hotel reservations, because some of them do let you pay up front or whatever, but get your hotel reserved so you don't end up staying at the Red Roof Inn like me. There's some good hotels downtown as well. There's a Marriott down there. There's an Omni down there. There's the Galt House down there. There's several hotels down there. So get your hotel booked, get your ticket registered while you can get these huge spring sales savings, or whenever you're watching this video, just use coupon code Paul and get you down to 50% off and take advantage of that. All right. Well, I hope this has been helpful. If you're watching on the YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. About 70% of y'all watch my videos, but you're not actually subscribed. So subscribe to the channel if you found value from this video. My other content, I would definitely appreciate it. And everyone out in podcast world that's listening, hopefully you're already following the show. But if not, please hit that follow button on Apple and Spotify. We definitely appreciate it. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
So we always say, Equip is going to sell you a mower. The education will teach you how to make money with that mower.
There's just really nothing like it.
We've taken a lot of classes. We've learned a lot in the classes that we've taken.
Just come in here, you'll be able to get as much information as possible.
This is a great learning space to be in order to grow your business.